Hello, everybody. This is Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. Part 6, Chapter 3. Kitty had observed the momentary discontent which had vividly betrayed itself in her husband's face, and she was very glad to have a moment alone with him. They set out along the dusty road, quite bestrewn with corn and grain, and Levin quickly forgot his painful disquietude in the pure and ever-fresh pleasure which his dear wife's presence gave him. Without having anything especially to say to her, he yet longed to hear Kitty's voice, to see her eyes, to which her peculiar condition lent an expression unusually sweet and serious. "Lean on me. It'll tire you less. I'm so glad to be alone with you for a minute. I love my family, and yet I miss our winter evenings when we two were alone together. Do you know what we were talking about when you came?" "About jellies?" "Yes, but about marriage proposals, too, and Sergei and Varenka. Have you noticed them? What do you think of it?" added she, turning towards her husband, the better to watch his face. "I don't know what to think. Sergei had always been a marvel to me. You know he loved a young girl once, and she died. It's one of my childish memories. Since then, I believe he ignores the existence of women. But Varenka? Perhaps, I don't know. Sergei is too pure a man. He has no life but the spiritual." "You mean that he's incapable of falling in love," said she, expressing her husband's thought in her own way. "I don't say that, but he has no weak points, and I envy him that in spite of my happiness. He does not live for himself. It is duty which guides him, and so he has a right to be serene and well satisfied." "And you? Why should you be dissatisfied with yourself?" she asked with a smile. She knew that her husband's extreme admiration for Sergei Ivanovitch and his discouragement about himself were connected with a vivid realization of his own happiness and a constant desire to grow better. "I am too happy. I have nothing on earth to wish for, except perhaps that you should never go wrong. And when I compare myself with others, especially with my brother, I am conscious of all my inferiority. But aren't you always thinking about your future, about your farming, about your book?" "Yes, superficially, as of a task of which I'm trying to rid myself. If I could love my duty as I love you, it's you who are to blame. Would you exchange with Sergei? Love nothing but your duty and the general welfare of mankind?" "Oh, no, indeed. The fact is, I am too happy to reason clearly." "So you think the proposal will take place today, do you?" he asked after a moment's silence. "Here comes the wagonette to meet us." "Kitty, you haven't fatigued yourself," cried the princess. "Not the least in the world, mamma." And they continued walking.